Good morning and welcome to Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram right here in Anniston, Alabama. We are coming to you live every weekday morning, Monday through Friday. This morning is Thursday, February the 8th, and thank you for tuning in with us. We have a very special guest that I just can't wait to talk more with. We've been sitting here visiting, and so there's some interesting things that we're going to share with you this morning. So I would like to introduce and welcome Lisa Amerson. Hi, Lisa.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I'm glad to be here.
Thanks for getting up early this morning to come hang out with me.
Early, yeah.
Well, I know we're going to have a lot to talk about. We've enjoyed getting to know each other in this brief time we've had.
Yes.
So I look forward to getting to know even more about you. So
Well,
tell
thank
us
you.
about Lisa.
Well, I was born in Mississippi,
Okay.
moved to Oklahoma, but I'm a Southern girl, so came back to Alabama while I was with my parents while I was still in junior high, and have been here ever since, right here in Calhoun County.
Right here. What school did you go to?
I actually graduated from Oxford High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Yellow Jackets.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Yellow Jackets.
We have a lot of Yellow Jacket fans in the studio.
I have seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah, we get to cover a lot of the events there at Oxford High School, and there's a lot of really cool things there.
A lot of changes since
Oh,
I was there.
I can imagine. And a whole new build, right?
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
it a whole new
Definitely.
school?
That's totally different from when I was there, but it's a beautiful building, and I admire it every time I go by, and proud to be an Oxford alumni.
There you go. Well, good. So you decided to stay in this community.
I did. Went to school here, met and married my husband, and stayed here, and then later on raised my kids here, and then met and married my late husband, Sheriff Amerson, and been enjoying it here ever since. It's a beautiful place to raise children, and I love it here.
No, you're really involved in education.
I am.
So what prompted that? Like you being part of education? You were in education in your career?
I was, to begin with, actually it's been technology in computer science. My father was in computers. I grew up being being with him at work. He would take me to work. He'd have to work different hours, so I would go with him, and my dad pretty much raised me by himself. And so I was used to that environment, so I went into computers and attended Ayers Technical College to begin with, and that was before they even gave a degree in computers. I'm that old. It was just a certificate, so or a diploma, if you will. And so I started off with that and worked my way up, and started off in public service. Worked at the tag office where you go, so I saw a lot of people come through, get their tags, and so, and then went to work for the sheriff's office and was their computer person to help put in their technology networks.
Wow.
And an opening came with the school system, and it was a great opportunity for me, and a little better hours. I was raising children at home, and so I went to work there and retired in 2013 after 16 years with them, and as technology director. And it was a wonderful time. Calhoun County's great school system. Met so many wonderful people. Saw the dedication and commitment these teachers give, and all the support personnel as well. So it was a great opportunity. So when the opportunity came to serve on the school board, I took it.
Just made
ran
sense.
and actually won, and was honored. I've been honored to serve. Be 6 years this November for this term. So I'm on my first term. Hope to have a second term.
Yeah. So when are the elections? They're coming up soon?
March the 5th.
Oh,
March
yeah.
5th is primary. Okay. And so get out there and vote.
Yes,
That's important.
it
That's
is.
important. And my father raised me that exercising your right to vote is very important.
Absolutely, it is.
So it's then we'll have the general election in the fall.
Okay. So March 5th.
March 5th, get out and vote.
Yes, and register. Where do they go to register? Let's remind them.
There is the voters registrar office downtown at 17th and Noble, where you get your car tags.
Okay.
That office is there. And if you're not going to be in town, you can also go there and do an absentee vote. So
Yeah, that's
a
important.
lot of people work out of town, so you can go ahead and go up there and fill out an absentee ballot so your vote can count as well. So.
Awesome. Well, speaking of technology and computers, how much did you see, like, the learning curve? I mean, because things just progress so quickly.
Oh my, it was very hard to keep up with, and just since I've retired, a lot has changed, and and trying to stay up to date on everything was very difficult. But these, the kids were coming out, and many of the kids were teaching the teachers in the beginning.
Right.
These teachers coming out now, they are much more tech savvy than we were before when it was first coming out. But yeah, we've seen a lot of changes. But these kids, they just embrace it. Now we're seeing kids that have had it all their life. Mm-hmm. So it's a totally different world from when we grew up.
Yeah, they grew up with the cell phones and the computers and the iPads.
Yes.
Everything already. So you're having to catch
they were
up
ready
with
to
them.
go. Yeah. The biggest thing that I saw was when these kids, they had been used to, being using the phones and those kind of things. So when they got into typing, they had to relearn, to type.
Because they're used to typing with the thumbs.
That's right. Had to relearn where those home keys were and that old stuff, but you needed to be able to do that as well. So
sure, that's
but they
important.
are so much faster than we are. Oh my! And they learn, and there was a lot too as far as trying to protect them. My late husband and I did a lot of internet safety presentations, and it's more about educating the parents about what was out there and how to protect the kids.
Well, that's so important. Do they still have those kind of programs?
They do. We have school resource officers in the schools that help with some of those programs. The teachers are a lot more savvy about that as well. So that's part of the curriculum now, whereas before, years and years ago when we first started it was not. But now it is part of the Alabama State curriculum to make sure that they understand and that their safety is there. And the sheriff's office and other city agencies, police agencies, they're on top of it now as well.
That's so important because
They
they have anything at their fingertips.
Right.
I mean, you can Google anything and contact and communicate with people from everywhere, and it can get really dangerous. I mean, it's great to have that wealth of knowledge, but it's also some knowledge you don't necessarily need at certain ages.
That's right. It's a double-edged sword, and we used to say, hey, it's like just, when they open that computer, it's like, opening up a window to the world, and you're going to get both sides of that, the good and the bad. So it's important to be able to put safeguards in place to protect your children, and to put limits. I'm a technology and I'm pro-technology, but it's also important for them to get outside and to enjoy other things and to step away from that. I know, being that was my career, I know there were days I had to just step away. I was immersed in that all day, and I just had to step away and enjoy some of the outside, go dig in the dirt, plant some flowers, something to that effect. And so they need to get out as well and enjoy some outside activities. So we talked about that when we talked with the parents, and about how you could actually turn off your internet during certain hours, things that you could put in place that would automatically kick in where you didn't have to physically do it every day. So
because you get busy and you forget about that. We do. We have that on our youngest, on his phone. He has time limits. Now he can request, like on weekends and stuff, he can request to have more. But it also blocks him from certain websites. And, if there's some that he's trying to go to, we get a notification on that. And I think that's really important. I think we had to, it took us a minute, to realize, oh, wait, he's got this cell phone now and he can get into way too many things. We need to make sure.
Exactly.
I think that was, I lost something. Oh, no, I lost my microphone. Well, that's a very important thing.
We've got to dig for that. Yes, we don't want to lose our microphone.
It just fell right off. Here we go. Oh, we dropped something. But yeah, it's so important because, and also like screen time.
Oh, yeah.
We don't even think about it sometimes, about how much screen time that our kids get. And that will, there's so many things that can be affected by too much screen time. you know, you
Actually,
can
your
kind of
eyes as well. It's important to give your eyes a break and to step away from that. There's a lot of UV filters now that you can have actually put into your glasses, put on your screens, and things like that. But it is important just for your health to kind of step away from that and take a break, and just like anything. And it's important to get up and move around a little bit, just like when you're on a trip traveling, you know, every 2 hours or so, you need to get up and walk around, stretch your body. So so we talked about a lot of those things. We actually did, you know, my late husband, he was able to add that law enforcement part of it so parents could really understand, and he was able to give case studies. Okay, these are cases we've had. This was how that happened. This was how someone unsavory got access to that child, and this is what we had to do to save them. And so much of it happens. And I know in a young person, you know, when we're young, we don't think that's going to happen to us. We don't realize how someone's grooming, you know, they have a grooming process, and those that want to do ill will to those children are very good at what they do. And it's amazing. So some of those cases even went to the FBI, and we were a part of that and helping do that. So children and parents would attend and got to see firsthand. So I think it opened their eyes for both the parents and the students. I don't think the students were always real happy with me about that.
Well, when they get older, they'll realize the importance. They'll appreciate it.
They're like, Mom and Dad are going to turn off the internet now. So I would talk to the parents about, okay, you know, don't go home and feel like you've got to turn this off, because there's so many good things available. There's books and libraries and art and just so many things out there that they can have access to that are good and enriching in their lives and for their studies. So so you know, and now we have all the online schools, so they really need to learn how to use it.
And that's just taken a whole new level.
Yes.
Because they do have to be on their phones or on their laptops a lot because of school.
We actually have an online academy now. It's called Excel Academy.
Okay.
As part of the Cowton County school system. So it's a separate school. So when they get into high school, our kids can, with the parents' permission, can elect to have their students attend online. They still get to participate with activities at the school as far as their extracurricular, but they can do their studies online. And we have pretty good participation in that, and it's growing all the time. But it, you know, not everyone is a candidate for that, or it's not necessarily a good fit for everyone. But it's another way for us to fill a niche, you know, for those kids and give them the broad opportunities that they need to learn, because everybody learns differently.
They do. That's very true. What are some of the advantages of doing that, of taking those online courses?
Well, you know, they can move at their own pace. So many of them get even further ahead. So if you've got a student that is really gifted in academics and really wants to move ahead, and it keeps them interested, because we don't want them to get bored. And if they have the ability to move ahead and to get ahead in their classes, then we don't want to stop them from that. Sure. That's not, like as I said, it's not a fit for every child. Some of them need that one-on-one with the teacher, and that's great. But we want to make sure that we're filling every one of those needs for our students.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit more about that, but right now we are going to check in with our area weather with Lacey Clontz, and our Dunkin' Donuts have arrived, so we're gonna, let's check out the Dunkin' Donuts and have some Joe Bell coffee, and we will be right back. You're watching Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, a Greenway store right here in Anniston.
Good morning, everyone. Hey, it's going to be slightly warmer these next few days. Today, it is getting up to 61 degrees, and we will have cloudy skies. Tomorrow and Saturday, it is getting up to 67 and 69 degrees, but that will bring showers along with it. There's a 30% chance of rain on Friday and a 70% chance of rain on Saturday. I'm Lacey Clontz with your TV24 weather.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Chrysler, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Cluster, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
I'm Lacey Klontz with your WEAC TV24 and the Mountain 95 Second News Update. The City of Anniston has announced a new initiative to help with homelessness. Led by the United Way of East Central Alabama, the City of Anniston has committed $1,200,000 to the Martha's Hope Project. This is named in honor of civic servant Martha Vadervoort. This center will include a transitional living facility called the Holloway House. This is named to pay tribute to Miss Maudine Holloway, Executive Director of the Community Enabler Developer Incorporated. Per the City of Anniston's press release, this transitional living facility will offer 24/7 emergency shelter services alongside essential social work and empowerment coaching. It will also collaborate with local nonprofits to provide medical prescriptions, healthcare services, and career readiness training programs. Now, as for your area weather, today temperatures are getting up to 61 degrees and we will have cloudy skies. But then tomorrow, the rain is coming in. We have a 30% chance of rain with a high of 67 degrees. And then on Saturday, the high will be 69, but we'll also see a 70% chance of showers. Tune in to WEAC TV24 tonight for more local news at 5. For WEAC TV24 and the Mountain 95.1, I'm Lacey Klontz.
Welcome back to Ride and Shine, Cruising Mornings at Greenway, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Coming to you live right here from the dealership in Anniston, Alabama. Welcome on this Thursday morning. The sun is out and I think it's going to warm up, as Lacey Klontz shared with us earlier. And I'm joined by Lisa Amerson. Lisa, this has been a great visit so far.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. We were talking about technology and how it affects children, and also about how there's the option to take classes outside of the traditional classroom.
Exactly. We have the Excel Academy, and actually students can sign up to take classes online through us. Same, curriculum, everything is the same. They're getting the same information, but they can move at a faster pace. and they can get the assistance they need. We have staff in place that assist them, but they can move forward and move quicker at their own pace.
How is it determined which students can do this, or can just somebody sign up and?
Well, they sign up. It does have a lot to do with their current academic placement as far as how are they doing academically. Would they be a good fit for being able to handle that? And of course, a student who was struggling academically would not really be a good fit for the program at this time. They may be at a later date if they can get caught up, but that's a big determiner of how well they would do. So, and of course, parents have to agree to that, and they're educated on how that works and what the responsibilities would be there, because it's a more of a responsibility at home.
Sure.
For them to be able to do this and have the time to do this, and the connectivity at home and those kind of things. We do provide the laptops for them to use. We actually provide laptops for all of our students. So every student, we're in a one-to-one situation where every student has a laptop at school. So
nice. Is there parameters set up on those laptops of what sites they can and
yes,
can't go to?
yes.
Okay, good.
there are
so you have that
safeguards
same
in place.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And we get educated all the time about tricks to get around those things. So that's that's a constant update, but we have those parameters in place.
Well, good thing you have that background in technology.
Yes.
That is a strength for sure. Yeah, because those kids, they can be sneaky.
Oh, they can. But we have a great technology department in place, and they do a great job of that. So. But they do teach us a lot.
Oh, I'm sure. What was the thought process that went into offering this out of classroom Excel program?
Well, this is a growing trend anyway.
Okay.
Both in college and at the high school level. So it would be silly for us not to get involved in that and to be a part of that. Part of the curriculum is that students at least take an online course. So originally, years ago, when I was the technology director at the school system, across the state, we began putting systems at the schools where teachers could teach children at some of our other schools. We might have a Spanish teacher at one school, but she only had 4 or 5 students in that class, so she had room to teach others. So there was video equipment set up and audio so that she could teach not only the students at her home school, but our other kids could come on board and also take her same course.
That's great. That's really making use of time and resources.
Yeah. That really got us in the door for understanding how that worked. And like you said, resources, a good use, it was just a good use of our budgets and money, so it made sense.
Sure, yeah, that definitely does.
The state did a real good job with that. Our teachers were able to actually make a little extra money as well.
Which is so important, because our teachers, you really have to love to be a teacher in order to do that.
Oh, definitely.
Because that's part of where your pay gets.
Your heart's got to be there. That is not a job you go into for the money, definitely, especially in Alabama. No, and these teachers, they deserve every opportunity to earn a little extra money that they can get.
They sure do. And we want to say thank you to all those teachers out there.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, my. I have the most respect for teachers.
I can imagine.
Now, I taught teachers how to use technology, but I didn't teach in the classroom other than the internet safety presentations and those kind of things. But I have the highest regard for teachers, and I observed the hours that they put in when I was working for the school system, and I still see it now, but they would, a lot of people think, well, they get off early, 3 o'clock, and they have the summers off. No, they're getting schooled during the summer so that they can prepare and be ready for those kids when they come back in the fall.
And it's so important. They're molding the future's minds.
Yes.
What can be more important than that?
Yes.
Wow. So you've served on the school board for, did you say 6 years?
It'll be 6 years this November. Wow. Yeah, this is my first term. It's a 6-year term. So.
What are some of your best accomplishments that you've had in your 6 years?
Well, it's a 7-member team, so it is a team. We accomplish those things together. But when I ran back in 2018 to come on to the board, some of the things that I had observed and in talking with my friends, because I had developed friendships within the school system, so they would come to me and say, hey, these are some of the things. And there's always room for improvement, but some of the major things that I had seen was security, and that was something I had access to assist in adding that to the school system. I saw that we needed to increase our number of SROs and increase our security, both digitally and physically for our buildings. And also for school counselors. School counselors needed some additional resources because a lot of what we were seeing in events, let's say crisis events, was those with mental health issues. So they needed some additional support systems in place. So we now have a mental health services coordinator at the central office who assists with that and provides those kind of services for our schools and coordinates with our counselors, because typically the teachers and the counselors, those at the schools, are going to be the first ones to begin to see someone who's struggling with those kind of things. And we see more of that now. I don't know if it's just better identified or if it's just more of it, but that leads up to a lot of crisis events.
Yes.
So putting that in place can hopefully help us head that off. It's hard to measure what you've prevented, but we know that's got to be, that needed to be done, that those things needed to be put into place.
That's so important.
Yes, and we needed, teachers needed more assistance in the classroom to continue to provide education for students and to meet them where they are. It's a very, when a teacher has a classroom of 30 kids, those kids come in with varied needs. So classroom aides really help them. Budgets had tightened up. They had lost a lot of their classroom aides. So teachers were saying, hey, we need our aides back. So we've worked on that. We've worked on the structure of their salaries so that we could recruit and retain classroom aides to help those teachers. So that was something that needed a lot of work. Still needs some more work, and we are doing that. That's not something you can fix overnight.
Sure.
But we identified that as a need, and that was one of the things that was on my platform when I first ran, was that this is something we need to work on. So I was glad to see that come into play as well.
Well, it's a good thing you were ahead of the game. I know there's always been the need for mental health,
Yes.
but I feel like after the pandemic, it really increased.
Yes.
Did you see that, or
yes.
is that?
Yes, we saw some of that. And some of the things that were a little more difficult, and we saw it because we had students who were not receiving the assistance they needed because they were at home. Those at-risk students, if you will, that may have had some home lives that were less than ideal. And so they were not receiving the services that they would normally receive because they were not physically at the schools. And they were not being identified or provided those services, especially those young ones. And those teachers, they know, they can point to the ones, they see the kids that come to school with holes in their shoes or no proper coat, or the kids tell them they may have slept in a car the night before. So, but when they're not physically coming to school, you don't know about it, and you can't identify that and get them the help that they need. So sometimes getting a hot meal and having a safe, warm place to go, or a cool place in the summertime, the only place they get that is at school.
And it gets me teary-eyed just thinking about it.
It can break your heart, and that's why those counselors need every bit of assistance they can get.
Yeah.
This is actually School Counselor Week.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so
Oh.
school counselors rock.
Yes,
I
they do.
have been speaking with those counselors and telling them how much we appreciate them. I had worked with them a lot in what I did with the school system when I was working for the school. So I understood, a lot of the things they faced and the many hats and the many roles that they have to play. So it was wanted to be sure they have all the support they can, because the more we support them, the more they can support their school. And they support not just the school students, but also the school family, the teachers. They're there for them when a life event has happened to a teacher or an administrator, and they've lost a loved one, or especially during the COVID time, and we were in and out, of school, and that was very difficult.
Sure.
And wearing the mask, and there was so much political upheaval that surrounded that it was very hard to try to keep that out of the school, so that we just did what made sense and what we could do, followed the guidelines of the health department, and at the same time, did what we could do for the kids, because it's very difficult. Sometimes a kid just needs a hug.
Yes.
And, when you're trying to safe distance and, and follow those guidelines, and with a mask, those kids can't see your face, your smile.
Yeah.
And, that makes a difference. I mean, if
does.
you think about it and you look at someone, you're going to have a tendency to smile if they smile.
Exactly. Smiles are contagious.
Oh, they are, definitely. So we had a lot of teachers that I saw that even went out themselves, and they would buy the clear masks,
Yeah.
It's, fortunately, Dollar Tree was even carrying some of those. So I would see teachers go and just buy those. So that provided that protection, but at the same time, the kids could see their smile. And when you're teaching a foreign language, the kids need to see your mouth.
Sure.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
was.
And kids that maybe can't hear as well, like that
Right.
read lips.
Exactly,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
really important. Well, we want to say happy counselor. What is it? It's
School Counselors Week.
School
Happy
Counselors Week. And Eric Freeman, our production manager, his sister is a school counselor.
Oh,
and so we
that's
wanted
wonderful.
to extend a happy School Counselor Week to her and all of those who are school counselors. Well, I hope you stay right here with me, because I still have many more questions
you.
for you. But we're going to have to throw it to a quick break. And we're going to go freshen up our Joe Bell coffee and check out those Dunkin' Donuts that we're going to dive into as soon as we get
yes.
done talking, because it's hard to talk and eat a donut at the same time. But we'll be right back right after this break. You're watching Ride and Shine, Cruising Mornings at Greenway, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram.
Good morning, everyone. Hey, it's going to be slightly warmer these next few days. Today, it is getting up to 61 degrees, and we will have cloudy skies. Tomorrow and Saturday, it is getting up to 67 and 69 degrees, but that will bring showers along with it. There's a 30% chance of rain on Friday and a 70% chance of rain on Saturday. I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV24 weather.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Chrysler, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
You need strength, resilience, and hope to face life challenges. And I found all three at Gaston State Community College. I'm Jada Pickens, an Office Administration student at Gaston State's Ayers campus in Anniston. Along with attending classes, I work full-time. Life is very demanding. There's a real sense of support at Gaston State. The faculty and staff care about us as individuals and want us to thrive in the classroom and in life. Thank you, Gaston State, for giving me the wings to fly to new, unexpected heights.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Chrysler, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
I'm Lacey Klontz with your WEAC TV 24 and the Mountain 95 Second News Update. The City of Anniston has announced a new initiative to help with homelessness. Led by the United Way of East Central Alabama, the City of Anniston has committed $1,200,000 to the Martha's Hope Project. This is named in honor of civic servant Martha Vadervoort. This center will include a transitional living facility called the Holloway House. This is named to pay tribute to Miss Maudine Holloway, Executive Director of the Community Enabler Developer Incorporated. Per the City of Anniston's press release, this transitional living facility will offer 24/7 emergency shelter services alongside essential social work and empowerment coaching. It will also collaborate with local nonprofits to provide medical prescriptions, healthcare services, and career readiness training programs. Now, as for your area weather, today temperatures are getting up to 61 degrees and we will have cloudy skies. But then tomorrow, the rain is coming in. We have a 30% chance of rain with a high of 67 degrees. And then on Saturday, the high will be 69, but we'll also see a 70% chance of showers. Tune in to WEAC TV 24 tonight for more local news at 5. For WEAC TV 24 and the Mountain 95.1, I'm Lacey Klontz.
Welcome back to Ride and Shine, Cruising Mornings at Greenway, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Thank you, Lacey, for our WDNG 95.1 news update and our weather. Looks like we might have some rain in store, but that's okay. Hey, I can tell you something to do on Friday night if you want a nice place to stay out of the rain. Come to Gadsden, to the Theater of Gadsden, the Ritz Theater in Alabama City, and come see Steel Magnolias. It's going to run for 2 weekends, and we open tomorrow night, so come check it out. Get out of the rain. It's nice and warm in there. So I am here joined by Lisa Emerson, and Lisa and I are just talking about all kinds of fun things, and when we were on a break, we were talking about something that I find to be incredible, which is a shoe drive, if you will,
Yes,
a way to
yes.
There was a need for children who didn't have access to shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And as you were exploring this, you realized how many children needed access to shoes. So tell our audience a little bit about that.
Well, I was really surprised, and this was years ago that we did this. My son had approached me. He was with the local civic group, and one of their things that they did was provide shoes for children. And he said, Mom, I need a way to identify who needs this and to coordinate that. And I said, well, he said, I know you work for the school system. You probably know some counselors. I said, as a matter of fact, I do. Let me give them a call. So I called a local counselor that I had a good connection with and said, hey, we've got this opportunity. Do you have some kids? And she said, oh, yes.
Wow.
And so she went to the teachers, and as I told you before, teachers know. They know the kids that really need that. So they coordinated, worked with that, turned those names in. Well, that was a huge, it spread. Counselors talk, because that's the way they do. They coordinate, they network. And so counselors talked, and they said, well, our kids need that too over here at our school. And it just grew to be hundreds of students that needed new shoes. And this was during the wintertime, so it was, that much more important.
Sure.
And we were just shocked at how many kids just needed a good pair of tennis shoes.
Do you remember the number or an
It was
approximate?
around 800.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, in Calhoun County. Now
That
that
needed
included
shoes.
not just the Calhoun County schools, but the city schools as well. And all, it was all within Calhoun County, but it was the city schools, county schools, and we even had a few from some private schools that needed it. So it was so huge that my son said, Mom, we provide that, but there's no way we can afford to do all this
800
many. Right.
pairs.
So I said, well, let me brainstorm about this. So my husband and I talked about it, and he said, I'm sure our church could provide some for our local, where we live. They could provide for that school. And I said, that's a good idea. So spoke with our pastor. He was great. He said, oh, absolutely. Just send us send us the number that you need. And so we did, and I said, well, do you know some in the other communities that might be able to do this, you know, and might have it in their budget to be able to provide it? And he gave me some names, and it grew, and I had churches contact me, and it was incredible to watch. And then those kids were so excited to have those kids. She was telling me stories, and those counselors were telling me stories about the kids that would come on and say, Mom, Miss So-and-so, and say his teacher's name, is going to give me a new pair of shoes.
Oh, how sweet. That's something they will never forget.
Oh, no, they won't. And it just gave you just a warm feeling. And I got to see some of these kids receiving those shoes.
Oh.
You know, we coordinated with a local clothing store. Martin's was wonderful to step up and help us get a good price on shoes and help bring shoes from other stores just so that we could have enough shoes to provide for those sizes. So we were collecting sizes, and it was a huge effort. And a shout out to Miss Smitherman. She was our counselor, this being Counselor Week. She did a great job of helping me coordinate with all the other teachers.
To keep track of that shoe sizes.
Yes, and she spent a lot, her and her husband now, he had his vehicle and helped me pick up all those shoes. And she spent a lot of her time, all the counselors did spend a lot of their time over their Christmas break coordinating this so that when the kids came back from Christmas break, they had an additional Christmas present when they came back.
That's so sweet. You're just getting me teary-eyed again, Lisa. That's so sweet.
It was wonderful. And just watching those kids put those shoes on and being so excited. I mean, who would think that, you know, kids would be just excited about getting a new pair of tennis shoes, you know? So that was actually a blessing for us.
Sure.
It was more of a blessing for us to get to watch and be a part of that process. So it was exciting.
That's so kind.
It was definitely a group effort. It was just something that grew, and I appreciate that my son called me and said, "Hey, Mom, do you have
one
that?"
little idea stemmed into this huge thing.
It did, and so many people got to play a part
That's so
in that
amazing.
and make that happen.
And in education, that's what happens. So many people have to come together to make it great. It's teamwork.
Oh,
and you were
definitely.
saying on the board, how many people serve on the board? There's
7. There's 7 on the
of you.
Calhoun County School Board.
Okay.
Different boards have different numbers, but our particular school board has 7.
Okay.
And we're running for re-election. And
Is everyone on the current board
Yes.
on the ballot?
Yes,
All right, and
they
we
are.
have a sample ballot.
Yes.
And
we
so
do.
this is important. We could put this up on our Facebook page
Oh,
later
great.
today, so
Yes,
people could see
that
it.
would be
A
great.
sample ballot of this. So how does this work? So you have 7 people, but there's a lot more than 7 names on here.
Oh, yes. There are 14
Okay.
names on here.
Okay.
But all the ones that are currently on the board are running for re-election.
Okay.
So there's 7 incumbents. And they're not listed as incumbent. You know, used to you had a little I beside your name if you were an incumbent, but that's not notated here. But I have a website and I have a Facebook page, Lisa Amerson, and you can, I'll be notating on there, and we'll be getting that word out on those that are currently on the board, so that you can see, you know, of course.
And you can do some research on what things that,
Yes, there's a lot of videos are out there. Of course, you'll see the signs. I know everybody's seeing our signs out there.
Oh, signs.
And but I will say that we have a great group. Our current group has come together as a team, and we serve 6-year terms. So you go through a lot together, and this team has just done a good job. We have a new superintendent in place, and he's doing a phenomenal job. He's been a superintendent other places as well. But we just recently did a survey, and he has a 98% approval rating in our system.
Wow.
That is unheard of.
Wow.
Yes, he is. I don't know how he has so much more energy than I ever have. But he's in the schools.
takes
We hear so many good things about him and what he's doing in the school system, and he's excited to be here. He really enjoys it. So
You have to.
Yes.
Again, you have to have that
Yes.
excitement and enjoy
Exactly,
it.
exactly.
So for we have a question coming in for 34 years the Calhoun County school system has been unique. And what do you think makes it so unique?
I think that we just offer so much, as we were talking about earlier with the online academy. We also have the Career Tech Academy. which is we offer welding and cosmetology and culinary. Our culinary program has really exploded, and we have added.
Well, if they ever need any taste testers, let me know. Sorry.
They actually serve at break time, so you should go by there sometime. And I'll have to get that information for you on when they do, and you can go by and taste test. But
we'll
I tell
bring
you
some
what,
cameras with us.
Yes, you need to
Yes.
do that. Definitely,
That would be
definitely.
fun.
Miss Harrell is over that program, but they do a phenomenal job. It is amazing, and we have them put on. Like if we're going to have a special thing going on, we actually have them do the receptions and things like that. So they learn, they get real practical knowledge about serving, ordering, just the whole enchilada about that, and they really enjoy it. No
Enchiladas.
pun intended.
Well, I can't wait to try that. That would be so
yes,
much fun.
yes. So, and we've just added a new welding class.
Okay.
Yes, we
wow.
had so many coming into welding that we had to add another one. We have really enhanced our relationships and added new relationships with local businesses because we want our kids to go to school here. We want them to stay here, raise their families here. And we have just so much to offer in our county, but also in our county school system. And we're trying to prepare them for whatever path they're going to take, whether have them ready for college, but also have them ready if they want to go straight into the workforce. And we have those relationships. So most of those kids graduate with some kind of certificate, and many of them get their license. Our cosmetology kids, we saw so many that got their license right after they graduated. They were able to go right and take their exam, and they were licensed cosmetologists.
Nice. And go right to work.
Yes, and go right to work. Yeah.
Well, our own Noah Brothers, who is our camera man on Ride and Shine, he went to Oxford High School and went through the communications program there, right, Noah?
Great.
Yeah. So he's here with us, continuing learning about that. And so
Yes,
I know
yes.
we're partnered with the Oxford High School, their communications department. And
That is wonderful.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to promote local business or local students to
yes,
stay here
yes,
and local
absolutely.
businesses, of course.
Absolutely.
Well, we have to take another quick break, Lisa,
Okay,
but
okay.
we'll be right back. You're watching Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Good morning, everyone. Hey, it's going to be slightly warmer these next few days. Today, it is getting up to 61 degrees and we will have cloudy skies. Tomorrow and Saturday, it is getting up to 67 and 69 degrees, but that will bring showers along with it. There's a 30% chance of rain on Friday and a 70% chance of rain on Saturday. I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV24 weather.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Chrysler, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes, nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Chrysler, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
Welcome back to Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We are coming to you live right here in Anniston, Alabama, as we do every weekday morning, Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. Thank you for tuning in with us as we have our Joe Bell coffee and about to dig into some Dunkin' Donuts. Ooh. That's a treat. That's a thank you for getting up early and coming to visit with us.
That makes it worthwhile.
It does. Donuts make everything worth it.
That's right. That's right.
So you have an upcoming election on March the 5th, and we are going to put out these sample ballots on our Facebook page so everyone knows what they look like. And so tell us, is your platform this go around? Is it the same as you ran on the first, or do you have a different platform that you're running on this time?
I do have, it's a lot the same. Mm-hmm. It's just an enhancement of what we've done before, of what I did before, but it's also, you know, working together as a team. It's easier now because I know the ones that I've actually seen firsthand more of the needs that we have and the avenues that we can go. And we have the new superintendent, Dr. Reyes, so he brings a wealth of information and opportunities, and he's very forward thinking.
Yeah.
So it's really wonderful to put somebody in place and get out of their way and let them do, you know, it's our job to provide, to make decisions on the budget and policy. We hire the chief financial officer, we hire the superintendent, and then we get out of the way and let them do their work. If we hire good people, then that's our job. And and then we vote on policy. So it's we have several building projects that are going to be going on, and things that are enhancing. Some of them are remodeling and renovating. So we're bringing all our buildings up to standard, a good standard. And of course, we have some things in the works down the line that I can't talk about yet, but they're good things to do. And we have at Sachs, we had Sachs Middle, Sachs Elementary, and Sachs High School.
Okay.
So we actually closed the middle school, and we split those kids back to the high school and the elementary school. So we have grades 7 through 12 at the high school, and then we have K-6, well, pre-K and K-6 at the elementary school. Now, those kids stay Wildcats. They're still in their same community. No one lost their job. But with the allotments that we get from the state, there's a certain allotment based on student population. And there was a little bit of a decrease there that really made it more physically responsible for us to make that move. But we are using that building now, and that's where our Excel Academy resides.
Oh, okay.
So we're making good use of that building. That's where we're holding our board meetings. We were in a very small room, and you know that fire department, they like to make sure you don't have too many people in that room.
That's true. We appreciate them
for that.
That's
right, we do. So we had to send people downstairs, and you know, they really didn't feel connected. And we have a lot of recognition at our board meetings where kids come and they get recognized and parents want to attend with them. So we have a big lunchroom now where that's where we hold our board meetings. So
nice.
Everybody can be together and more people can feel welcome to come and attend our meetings. So
okay, so board meetings are open to the public?
Oh, yes,
Okay.
absolutely, absolutely.
Well, that's great. So all in transparency and
oh, yes,
able
absolutely, absolutely.
So parents can be involved in their kids' education.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Do you Do you think that's a great thing to happen? Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
good.
absolutely.
Good.
I'm a parent. I
Yeah.
wanted to be involved in my children's
Yeah.
education and have my voice heard if I felt like there was something that needed, and good and bad.
Yeah.
Because we want to hear. If we're doing something right, we want to hear it. But also, if there's something that we need to improve on, please let us know. That's our job, is to listen to parents, listen to the community, and fulfill those needs.
It's a big job.
Oh, it's a huge job.
And
A
you're
lot
ready
bigger
for
than you
6 more
realize.
years?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
You've
I'm
got
ready.
more things you want to accomplish.
I
huh?
do. I'm excited about all the things that are going on in Calhoun County.
When you work hard to have those projects, you want to be able to see them to fruition.
Oh, I do, and I want to follow. Things are in the process, and I want to be able to, like you said, see it to fruition and continue to be a part of that, and have it not be stopped.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're making some great headway. Well, tell our viewers one more time how they can reach out to you, how they can find more information on what you're doing.
Okay.
Just let them know.
Well, I am on Facebook, and I do have a web page as well. It's lisaamerson.com. Pretty easy. And on the Facebook page, you can contact me. My phone number, my email, everything is located there. So please feel free to contact me. I'll be glad to hear your concerns, glad to hear what we're doing right. If you have questions, and I humbly ask for your vote on March the 5th.
All right. Well, thank you so much for visiting with us today. It was
you.
really a pleasure to get to know you.
It's been wonderful.
Yeah, and I hope you come see Steel Magnolias.
Oh, I'm planning on it. I've got to call my girlfriends and get us ready to go.
Oh, it's a fun girls' night for
Oh,
sure.
yes.
That wonderful story of female friendships, and it'll make you laugh. Make sure to bring your tissues because you're going to laugh
I
and
know.
cry.
Yes.
So laughter through tears is my favorite emotion.
Absolutely. It's very cleansing.
It is. So it's a great show. So yeah, I'd love to invite you and come back and visit us. We want to hear more.
I'd love to.
I really was looking forward this morning to learning more about the Calhoun County School District, and thank you for sharing
thank
some of
you.
that. And I want to
Thank you
hear
for
more,
having
and I
me.
definitely want to get in on that culinary action.
Oh, yes. I'll have to send you that information because they do a superb job.
Yeah.
Those kids are wonderful.
Well, I'm a great taste tester. There's not a food that I would say no to.
Me either.
Yeah, I like it. Well, on that, we are going to have our Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes.
Yes, and our Joe Bell coffee. And, we invite you to come down and have some donuts with us. This is, we want to encourage audience participation. We want our audience to come in and visit with us, let us know things that are going on in our community. And we appreciate your service to the community. And
you.
nice to
Thank you
meet
very
you.
much.
Come back and visit again.
Thank you for
And-
having me.
Yes. Well, thank you for tuning in to Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We will see you back here tomorrow, which is Friday.
Ooh, yay.
So we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.